1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now I've wanted to talk about the movie Sharp Stick for a while. So the movie talks about a girl called Sarah Jo. And Sarah Jo is a naive 26-year-old girl who lives with her mom and her adopted sister. Now the thing with her mom, they didn't give her like a vital role other than just her being there to break tension between the girls. Like how I break tension between my mom and dad. Throughout the movie, they try to show us what Sarah was missing, using her sister as a reflection mirror. And I think what was she missing is experiencing the...
No, stop! What are you doing? 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 What are you... No!
I feel within
Oh my
me
God!
peace
No!
above all earthly dignities. A still and
Sarah works as a babysitter, and she works like for a rich family up the hills. She takes care of their son that has like Down syndrome. She loves hanging around with them and listening to his like Elvis impressions. Jack has an amazing family, especially his dad, always there for him, cooking food, making clothes, you know, putting a smile on his face. His main priority is his son's comfort. This movie hits minor signs slowly that Sarah appreciates Mr. Josh's love and care directed towards his son, causing her to have feelings towards Josh. The way she was just looking at Josh, it was just no, please, no. Don't do it. Now Sarah thought to herself, I don't know if Josh shares the same feelings that I have for her. And she backed off. And one day, somehow, her mom suggested asking a peculiar question to her sister, not even Sarah. Sarah was just sitting there listening to them. And her sister had like a boyfriend problem. Her mom suggested, why don't you say, do you find me beautiful? So Sarah picked up on that. And the next day, she gathered the balls to go to Josh's house and let his son sleep and walk up into the laundry room and knock the door and say, Josh, do you find me beautiful? If someone said that to me... Oh, hey.
Do you find me beautiful?
Wait, what? Do I find you beautiful? Oh. I mean, my mom is beautiful. That kind of beautiful. Listen, I don't know what you're trying to do. Yeah, you don't get... Yeah. Let me just... Let me just... But unfortunately, that's not what happened. Josh and Sarah started this cycle where they, you know, sneak around Zach and do the deed. Sarah felt this power that she was being desired and she felt appreciated by Josh. And she decided to give her all to her partner. But she missed the part that Josh has a wife and a kid. And that might backfire. Guess what? It did. Heather went into labor and Sarah wanted to help. And guess what? Heather noticed the necklace that Josh gave Sarah. Josh just walked in like nothing happened. And his wife Heather just gave it all with one look. So Josh just knew that he was just caught pants down and decided to start panicking and feeling an enormous amount of guilt. And they kind of showed us, like with a couple of scenes with Heather, that she's forgiving and she has to move on for the sake of her son. I think she knows that he's been cheating for like billion of years and she decided just to move on just for the sake of Zach. Now as for Sarah, Sarah was heartbroken and she had to do something to move past what happened. And she created this list of activities, and mainly because she thinks she did something bad while doing the thing. I assume there's a lot of role models out there for Sarah, but somehow she picked a porn star. Why? She admired a dude called Vince Leroy. This dude was comfortable with his skin, confident, and you know, he knew his way around the block. So she went on a journey where she experienced all those things, you know, on the list just to feel like she's not, you know, she didn't miss on anything. And she gradually pivoted from who she is, the nice and caring girl she was. And then one day a dude called Arvin picked a session with her, like a session, you know, what kind of session I'm talking about. And he knocked the door, she opened, he sat down, they started talking with her. She thought he was trying to take one of her services. Now the thing is, Arvin works in the industry, so he knows his way in. And he knows Vince Leroy. So Sarah gave him a letter to deliver to Vince Leroy. So Arvin gave her a USB drive that has a video from the one and only Vince Leroy. And it's about Vince Leroy motivating Sarah Jo to get back on her feet. And that's it. She went on to be a hoe. So after telling you what's the movie about, let's just now dig deep and talk about the things that I want to talk about. When it came to the cinematography, it was mid. You probably say why. They're between deciding to use ambient lighting as a source of light and then not. And most of the shots weren't that consistent. Most movies these days feel like they're trying so hard to make something special, but I think doing less is more. They've added the 360 camera pan. Love that one. Using mirrors was a big thing in their shots. A lot of MCUs going on. Gave me a headache. But overall, the cinematography was not bad. And the one scene I can't just flesh out is about this old dude freestyling. I do Australia, Melia. She likes to suck my Lena's acting exceeded my expectation, and it flew over my head and went to the nearest garbage can. Christine Forsyth's acting was, good. She's like the budget Margot Robbie. If you're a director, just go get her. Don't get Margot Robbie. She's gonna suck all the movie's budget. This movie made Sarah's goal oblique, and that's the point. I don't think they've utilized her mom, her adopted sister, to kind of motivate the character. They were just there. We've reached the summit where we tell and judge. This movie wasn't that bad, but I feel like they really left large gaps in this movie unanswered. But I think you should watch it. That's what's important. Not my opinion. It's that you give this movie a chance and see if it's good or not. Because it's so subjective. I can say it's good. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I feel like I'm gonna try to do other things, but in movies, I'm not getting out of the genre. Next episode, I'm gonna have one of celebrities teach me how to act. Just subscribe and you'll find the video. It'll be there.